All right, we're on. We just recorded about
here.
like 5 minutes of footage, and it wasn't actually recording.
I love when that happens.
That was a rookie mistake.
Yeah.
That was really a rookie mistake.
Well, let's give the crowd your presentation again.
So this was my presentation. We are sponsored by Buzzballs.
Buzzball.
We finally got a sponsorship. Peach Balls specifically.
Beach balls.
We're so proud to be sponsored
By Buzzballs.
and it's a company that we really truly believe in their mission
And their message.
and their vision.
Mhm. We stand behind everything they do there.
Yeah, unless they're racist.
Unless they're racist.
If they happen to be racist or homophobic, we don't agree with that.
We don't. But
But the Buzzballs, they're kicking the balls.
they kick you in the balls, all
They'll
right.
kick you in the balls.
They get you buzzed. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, have you seen the big ones?
I have.
They're like huge. I
That-
feel like they're made for college students, you know? I feel like I
for
could see
sure.
somebody like carrying it around. Have you heard of a Borg?
What?
Okay, this is something that like I don't even know what it's an acronym for something, but this is something that college kids are doing these days. It's basically they have like
I'm
a
scared.
gallon, like a milk jug
Okay.
with I think they put like an electrolyte drink and vodka, and that's it.
Okay.
And it's
Like
like
Gatorade or something?
yeah.
Well, shit.
Or
we
like
used to
liquid
do that
IV
back in the day.
or like liquid IV, but they put it in like a big gallon jug and they drink it
Oh,
themselves.
no.
Yeah, maybe. Well, hold on. I need to see what's in a Borg because I feel like it's actually better than what we were doing.
Oh.
Like it's like
Because I
smarter.
remember putting alcohol in Gatorade just so I can get
no, but
by
I
with
feel like there's-
alcohol in Gatorade bottle.
Yeah,
And I'd take it to the games and be like, this is my Gatorade.
I feel like there's something
No
else to it
alcohol
though.
here.
Borg
Borg.
contents. Okay, Borg is a blackout rage gallon.
No.
Typically include you get a gallon of water and you empty it halfway, and then you fill it with vodka and then Kool-Aid or like a flavoring mix. And sometimes includes an electrolyte mix like Pedialyte. But I think like the idea is like it's like a lot of water.
Oh.
So they're like still
Yeah.
getting hydration.
Right. I think
Yeah.
that's how it works. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. Definitely.
No, but I think that's like the right. I think it is better because it's water than like a vodka soda. You know?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like
I see what you mean.
like it's like.
But I don't
healthier-ish.
know if I feel like it would just cancel it out.
What do you mean?
The vodka would cancel out the water. and
Yeah,
then
but it's
you're not
like-
really getting hydrated.
Well, yeah, but like it's like rather than just drinking vodka, you're at
Yeah,
least
at
having
least
some
you're-
water
True, that's true.
with it.
I just think it's really funny that it's called a Borg
A blackout rage gallon.
outrage gallon.
Gallon, yeah. We didn't do that in our
No,
college.
we didn't.
We didn't.
And honestly, I probably would though. If
Yeah.
I was in college, I would definitely.
That's definitely something I
have
would
a
have
Borg.
done.
I'd
Yeah.
be carrying around that board.
Yeah,
like
I'd like put
to
like
parties
I'd put like a rope on it, like
I put
here.
stickers all over it.
Yeah,
like, this is my
decorate it.
board.
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
Like, hey, bring your
honestly,
board.
I might do it now, but not maybe like not in like that kind of way. Like I would.
Maybe we could do a half gallon.
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, I like the idea of carrying out around a gallon jug. It just doesn't have to have that much vodka in it.
Oh,
It could be
okay.
like
Mostly water.
just a little. It could be like a fourth of vodka
Yeah.
rather than a half or something
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. We're not trying to do too
We're not
much.
trying to like kill ourselves
That's
here.
crazy. I
Um,
did make it 25 days without drinking.
Yeah,
I have to say that.
you said it before, but we didn't get that.
Right, it wasn't
Yeah.
recording. But
Yeah.
I did make it 25 days.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason being is Halloween is on a Thursday.
Yeah,
And I didn't want that to be my first day back on the
yeah, and you
on the shit
you got to
show.
work the next day. You
Yeah.
want to like really enjoy your drinking night.
Yeah.
And this was a Halloween party that we sort of crashed.
Yeah, we did. We crashed this party because you knew one person. The person
Yeah.
who invited you
Mm-hmm.
knew the people there,
Yes.
or one girl there.
Yeah, she knew one girl there.
And then she left right when we got there.
Yeah, I
She was
came
like,
up.
okay, hi,
She's
bye.
like, gotta go, bye. Granted, though, she texted me and she was like, I'm gonna get there at like 8:30, and then we didn't get there until like 10, I think.
Yeah, we
so
were
she,
late.
Yeah,
Well, that's nice. She stayed for us.
I don't think she stayed for us.
Oh.
I think. Well, I don't know. But
But she was like, hi, bye, I'm going to bed. I was like, wait, really? Okay.
yeah, she's a healthy gal though. She
Yeah.
she like works out and stuff. I don't think
Mm.
she does drink a little bit, but not like a whole lot.
She's not like us.
Not like us.
She's not like us.
She's a little healthier, and I'm proud of her.
That's
She's
good.
doing great.
We love a healthy queen.
Yeah. But that party was interesting because it was like this apartment building, the back, like, I guess parking lot of the apartment
Which
building.
I wonder if like all the tenants were chill with that.
I mean, it sounded like this was a party between like 4 different apartments within that building that were like hosting it. And so they probably talked to like all the tenants about it.
That's fun.
It was
cool.
Fun. I was asking people how much they paid in rent there because I was like, maybe I want to live here. But it's about $2,000, I think.
Ooh, for a 1-bedroom?
Yeah. But then somebody said like they recently saw an ad that was like $2,700. And I was like, who is paying that much for a 1-bedroom?
And it wasn't big at all.
Nah, and it wasn't like fancy. It was just like a standard 1-bedroom.
It's very standard.
Yeah.
Like
if I'm paying $2,700 for a 1-bedroom, I would be.
It better have all new appliances. It better
be huge
big
too.
Ass living room, a big ass bedroom, a extravagant
hardwood
bathroom,
floors,
newly renovated,
dishwasher,
washer,
laundry
dryer,
in unit,
parking.
Mm-hmm.
Like
it better be nice as fuck.
Yeah, but
no, it wasn't. I mean, this place was like nice, but it wasn't like anything special.
Literally just your typical run of the mill 1-bedroom.
But anyway, I thought it was cool that they had a little community, and I was like, maybe I want to do something like that, like on a smaller scale in our apartment.
Yeah, that'd be cute.
Yeah, but we gotta get with the neighbors a little more. Our neighbors like don't talk to each other, and I feel like we should more because we're all like, it's all like young people, young like kind of like creative looking people.
We were actually me and my neighbors were talking about throwing a little party in the back.
Oh yeah,
in the back, because we all like congregate out in the front and drink together, but like
may as well.
Yeah.
But I think your building is a little harder because there are like elderly people that live there.
Yeah.
Like it's not just
and,
like young people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe
you can still throw like a day party and like like as long as it doesn't go until like 2 a.m. or something. I feel like that's fine.
That would be fine.
Especially on the weekend. Yeah.
Speaking of the weekend, we did something last weekend.
Yeah, something crazy.
Something crazy
a little wild
that we haven't talked about yet. But we went to this scary haunted house adventure or immersive haunted house.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if I would call it haunted house. Yeah, we thought it was going to be more like a haunted house, but it ended up being more like a small theme park.
Yeah,
if you will.
It was cool. It was it's called the 17th Door, and we drove an hour to get there. And we went with a big group. I think we all like psyched ourselves up really hard. We did a lot of like,
we had a group chat beforehand and people were, Allie started the train of like looking shit up on Reddit.
Yeah.
So
I was scared. I wasn't trying to get like, I don't know, you have to sign a waiver. And I was like, that's crazy. And then I heard on the Handsome Pod them talking, and this was from like last year's episode in October, but they were talking about this place in LA that you can go and you have to sign a waiver and they shock you and all this stuff.
Okay, so like, there's probably this. Yeah.
They were all like, hell no. And I was like, oh my God, I think that's the one we're going to.
Yeah.
So I was looking up stuff about it and I thought it was going to be like way worse than it was.
It was scary, but like, I feel like, I think they did a good job of like, casting or like whatever, like hiring people, because like the people were like scary but also like nice. They would like warn us about things. They'd be like, oh, like Langston had their glasses on and they were like, well, this is the room, like you should take your glasses off. Like they were like at least like being like humane with us. Right.
But I think what I liked about it was it felt like, so the whole premise is like there's 17 different rooms that you have to go into and they each have a different theme. And I thought it was really cool because each room felt like you were in a different scary movie.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, it was immersive.
Cool, it was like a production,
yeah,
you know, and they did a good job.
Like, yeah, I thought it was really cool. The one thing I thought was hilarious was when there were no spoilers for anybody who wants to go.
Yeah, guys, if you want to go, just don't listen to the next whatever.
Yeah. But there's a room full of spiders and they like lock you up in this little cage.
So you're like in your little pod, like you're in individual little pods and they like
you can't
close
move.
You in. Like it's like they put like airbags around you.
So you can't move. You're like stuck in this little pod. And then there's like spiders in plastic cages all around you, like
right next to your face.
Next to your face. And I hate spiders.
Yeah.
I hate them.
Yeah, it's scary.
They scare me. I don't mind most bugs, but like spiders really freak me out. Mm-hmm. And the guy who was taunting us with the spider, because, you know, there's spiders everywhere, but then there was a guy who comes up with a tarantula in his hand and
like put it by your face.
Literally by your face. Like it could touch you.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck that. But he came up to me and he was like, you like this shit, don't you? You probably have a spider at home. And I was like, how'd you know?
Yeah,
how'd you know?
Yeah.
And then he just rolled his eyes and walked away from me.
Okay, so a similar thing happened. Well, a kind of similar.
I was like, that's how you do it.
Yeah, you had to like kind of pretend you weren't scared. But this is what I liked about it, because it was like a test of the brain, like how you can like kind of calm yourself down. Because I didn't like the spiders either. Like, I think normal me like would have screamed.
Yeah.
And would have been like, fuck this, and like run away. But he like came up to with like my face with the spider, and I was like, hello. Like, you know,
trying to pretend like it didn't bother you. Because if it bothers you, he's going to do it more.
Exactly. They want to taunt the people that seem scared.
Yeah.
So I was like, hello. And he was like, oh, okay. So you like spiders.
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, it's
them.
Cute. Like,
I know. I was like, yeah, I love spiders.
They are kind of cute, the tarantulas. Well, the one part I didn't, there was another bug room too, though. Oh. And that one was like completely, they turned off the lights completely.
Oh, that one was scary.
And they were these little, like, they look kind of like cockroaches, but they're actually like pill bugs. They're about like this big. And they like put it on you.
Yeah.
And then they
on your neck
and didn't remove it.
No.
He like took them off for some people and like left them on for some people.
Langston still had one in their hand. Like, what do I do with this?
I still had it on my neck and I didn't know where it was. And I walked out of the room. I walked out of the room and like flicked my hair and I saw it like, yeah.
I didn't. They didn't put any. Well, I think he tried to put one on me, or maybe I got it off really fast.
Yeah,
but
I think he was like, also like kind of messing with us, like doing this, like
I know,
like as if he was gonna put it on.
I feel like half the time he didn't even have a bug in his hand.
Yeah.
That was a scary one. The one that scared me the most was the last room, the 17th room, and it was like that clown dude, and it was
that scared you.
It was a small the balls.
Oh, the balls room.
Yeah, the balls room. So there was this like gay clown, and he was
fun though. He was like,
really fun.
We were having a party.
I was like, are we in heaven? Because remember how you had to decide like.
I was like, you're gonna go this way or this way.
Either you get out or you die or something. And I was like, did we die and go to heaven? Because this gay clown is.
Well, it was fun at first. Yeah,
it was fun.
He was like. There was like strobe lights, right? Yeah, I think it was strobe lights and like music, and we were dancing with it.
And it was like, but it was like a small room, closet type of room.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, these like black plastic balls, start falling from the ceiling.
And at first, you're like, yeah,
we're like, whoa, this is cool. And then they just keep coming, and I'm
short, it gets like really tight.
Yeah,
and like,
and I'm the shortest one in there. So I get covered first. So I'm like covered with these black balls before anyone else. And I was low key like freaking out in my head.
That part like did kind of freak me out.
I was like
for a little bit too.
I can't breathe.
Yeah.
But like you said, like it's a brain thing, because I had to be like, no, you can breathe. Be fine.
Yeah.
There's room to breathe. You're okay. It's gonna be over soon. But I was like, for a second, I was like, I'm gonna have a panic attack.
Yeah,
because I can't breathe. But I was like, no, I can breathe. It's okay.
Yeah,
but that part scared me.
I was like, there was a flicker of a moment like that for me in that room too.
Yeah.
But like, I think it didn't last as long for me because I'm taller. It was like tight, like,
it was
and
scary.
They get like you feel the weight like over your head.
You feel the weight. It was like claustrophobic. You can't see anything.
And it's like filled to the brim, like
all the way to the top.
Yeah, it's not like the loose balls in the playpen.
Right.
It's like
they're all
tight on you.
Yeah. And I remember like I was lost in the sauce, and I was like searching for Kadar, and I was like searching, and then I grabbed his face, and I was like, he was just like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I just need to touch you. I can't. I'm scared."
Well, that's what I did. There was one room where they put like the sheet over you and they like kind of suffocate you like this. I was like holding Langston's hand during that one.
Yeah.
But that one wasn't bad. our other group like got the worst of that one because they said they were getting shocked in that room, and we didn't get shocked
we didn't
at
get
all.
shocked. Yeah.
But they were all like getting shocked like while that thing was like suffocating
that
you.
sucks.
Yeah,
See,
and they're like getting shocked a lot.
We didn't get shocked.
I don't know if they forgot or like messed up for us, but but the sheet did smell. It smelled like bodies.
It did, yeah.
It smelled like a lot of people had breathed.
It was gross.
On it. It's another fun, the airsoft room.
Oh, God. The airsoft room.
So first they like put you in this room and they put a bag over your head and then don't tell you what's happening, but then you just start getting shot by like
you see like bright lights and then you just get shot by airsoft guns.
Yeah, well like they're like this big though and like softer than like what an airsoft like
it's not a real airsoft.
It's not like the pellet one.
Yeah, so you're
just
still like
hurt though.
Getting shot at and then afterwards.
But wait, hold on. I have to talk about that because I got shot in the fucking eye.
Oh yeah, it was still red like for a whole week.
Well, and it's still like a little bit tender. The reason why I don't think anybody was like aiming for my face, but like I had turned around for a minute because I was like, "This is better," and like get my butt.
Yeah,
you know?
I turned around too,
and then I like turned around again to
right
face,
when you turned around,
and then it hit me. Yeah,
damn. Yeah, I was kind of holding my hand up like this, and then
I should have done that as I turned around, but it really fucking hurt. It was like in the socket of my eye because it's like just that size.
Damn,
it was like right in the socket of my right eye, and it still hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyway, then later,
like we had a few rooms later.
Yeah. So it wasn't right after.
Yeah. A few rooms later, they bring you into the guns, and you're the one shooting the people. So people were actually shooting us.
Did you predict that would happen?
No,
I did.
I didn't even know what was happening when we got in there. I was like, "What is this?" I didn't put the two together for a second.
Well, when we were getting shot, I was like, "Oh, I bet we get to do this later."
Oh, I didn't think that at all. I thought they were machines.
Oh, okay. It was real. I saw the people shooting.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
But I didn't get shocked the whole time I was there. So I feel
really
good about that.
Somebody shot.
Really did not.
There was like one of the haunters like shocked me right in the butt with his little taser. Yeah.
I did not want to get shocked.
I didn't either.
And then one more room I'm going to talk about, and then we can stop.
Well, I hope this is interesting for you guys because this was a whole thing.
I know, and I feel like it's okay because we have a lot of listeners that aren't in California, so like they're not going to do this.
Yeah,
but get it ruined.
We did disclaim in the beginning that this is going to be a spoiler.
But there was one room, I think it was my favorite. It was the one that rotated, and they told us like get up against the wall, and there were like the scary clowns,
like
with
the whole
tasers.
room rotated like a barrel.
The whole thing rotated, and then you're all disoriented. You don't know which way is up, which way is down, and he's like, get up, or I'm gonna tase you. And I was like, ah! And you couldn't get up because it was so
you're like dizzy.
Like, you're dizzy.
You're like, okay, now I'm standing on the wall.
Yeah, I'm standing on the ceiling. I don't know what's going on. It was so disorienting, but I thought it was so cool.
Yeah, that one was pretty cool.
And the way they were like swinging in there and like.
That's like what made it feel like a theme park, like because it's sort of rides. Another one was the wind tunnel. It was sort of like a ride.
Yeah.
That one was crazy. You had to like walk through this tunnel, and there was like 100-mile-an-hour wind, like flying at you, and we fell.
I know. Remember when I like got to safety, and then I was like, Kirsten, and I was like, grab my hand.
You saved me. Langston lost their hat, and then the wind tunnel. Yeah.
It was fun. I thought it was really cool, and like all the stuff they have even before you go in there was fun.
Like leading up to it,
and I appreciated it. It was like a really different experience.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It kind of sounds crazy to like do something like that. People are like, why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah, but I think bad.
It wasn't bad, and I think the point is like it's just cool to see. It's like. It's almost like a museum or something.
Yeah, or
like it's cool to
see
a show or like it's an art production. You know? Like they have to like their costumes are really cool and like they had to like build that whole thing. Like somebody like built
took a
that.
Lot, even finding the people to act that well.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're gonna talk about something else that happened today. I'm Kirsten.
I'm Allie.
And you're listening to
Thank You So Much.
Thank you so much for
Fortune Tellers.
That's right. We saw a fortune teller.
We took one for the team.
We did.
And saw a fortune teller. She gave us a deal.
Yeah.
Because she kept not being there.
Yeah.
When we needed her.
Well, here's the thing is the place is right around the corner from your house, and we always walk by it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's signs everywhere, like psychic readings, tarot, and like
Halloween
phone numbers
decor all year round.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, so walk-ins welcome.
Yeah,
it's
like they literally had a fold-out sign in front of it, walk-ins welcome, and I'm like, oh shit, okay, like she must be here.
Yeah,
but she wasn't.
But there's signs like everywhere. It's not just like one sign.
Yeah,
like the whole
everywhere.
building is like plastered with signs like come in, like welcome, you know. But she wasn't there, and then she was like, come tomorrow, and then we try to go the next day.
Yeah, she's like, actually, never mind. So we went, and it was interesting.
Yeah.
But our episode is just us telling you about her.
Yeah, because here's the thing. The bummer part is we didn't get to record any of it, and we wanted to have some footage on our phones. A lot of psychics let you do that.
They encourage it.
Yeah, because they're like, okay, like, so you can listen back later.
I've had psychics be like, make sure you record this.
Yeah, but you asked her.
I said, can I record it? And she said, oh, no. And I was like, oh. And she's like, no, it messes up. And I was like, it messes up the reading? She was like, yeah.
She said it messes up?
She's like, it messes up. Like, she wasn't going to finish her
she was
sentence.
like trailing off.
And I was like, the reading? She's like, yeah. And I was like, okay. She's like, you can take notes, though. And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I really need to take notes because my memory's awful.
Yeah.
Which is true.
I always forget.
I always forget, too. So I was like, damn it. And I almost didn't do it when she said that.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to be like, Kirsten.
I know. Sorry, I had like walked off, too.
It's okay. But I was like, whatever. So
what else are we going to do?
But it's interesting because she lives in this house.
Yeah.
Let's just set the scene.
Yeah. It's a house.
It's a house.
But like they have it set up with like signs, like as in like, to me, it's like we're going to go inside.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like a cool little like fortune teller house with like velvet curtains and like a crystal ball
in the middle.
Yeah. Like a circular table.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
It wasn't that, friends.
You don't go inside.
She didn't no, first of all, the door was open, but she had like this screen, and when we walked up to the porch, there was just a dog there.
Yeah, barking at us.
Yeah, barking at us. And then she was like, hold on. And then she closed the door.
Slammed the door.
Like, hold on.
And then she came out, and we were like, we just do it here? Because it's on the street. Like, there's a lot of...
She has like a tiny porch, but it's not much of anything. And there's 2 uncomfortable plastic chairs.
Yeah.
And then there's a bench that's like off to the side that's not on the porch. That's,
But it's like right next to all the businesses.
Yeah, it's on a busy like street full of like coffee shops and restaurants and like people with their dogs
walking by, and there were so many distractions. So we were kind of like, what is going on?
We're gonna do it right here.
We're just gonna do it out here. Okay. Yeah. So I think for the price that she's trying to charge people, that's not good for me.
We should have just maybe done a tarot reading, but I don't know. She gave us a deal, and so we were
we have to take the deal. So she did 4
I don't
different
even know,
things.
What 4 things she did.
She read our aura. She did a tarot reading.
Okay.
Read our palm. And then
she didn't read my aura.
She didn't say anything about like you're a good person or. Oh, she said I was a good person. I don't know if that's what she was reading.
She said that I had the gift.
Oh, okay, maybe that's. Kirsten has a gift.
I have How did
the
she?
Gift.
She said abilities. She said I have abilities.
Oh, and I'm always.
Nope, Allie, not you, me.
I know, and I'm pissed about it. I want abilities. I always thought I had abilities.
Yeah, maybe
but a
you
psychic
do.
has never said that to me.
Really?
Yeah.
A psychic has told me that, but I feel like it's something they just like say to people sometimes.
Yeah, they might.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the scene. We're sitting outside,
and she's like, "Who?"
Reading.
Well, the first thing she said to us is, "Who wants to go first?"
Yeah, who wants to go? She was kooky.
Yeah,
there was a screw loose.
Yeah, but I think they're all like a little bit weird.
She was really
like
weird.
eccentric in a way.
She took it really seriously, which I appreciate.
She was professional about it. Like,
yeah,
like
so she's like, "Who wants to go first?" And she's like, you gotta sit somewhere else.
Yeah,
she's like, you gotta go somewhere.
Yeah.
So you walked away, and she's starts with me. She starts by saying like a lot of stuff she said in the beginning I didn't resonate with at all. She was like, "You've been through a lot this year," and I was thinking,
a normal year.
Yeah, it's been a pretty normal fucking year. Like everything's fine. And she's like,
I don't think anything really like traumatic happened to you this year.
Like, I mean, you've had it hard ever since COVID. This year especially has been hard. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, 2 years ago,
job, like,
when I got kicked out of my house and broken up with,
that
was a hard year. But this year's been pretty smooth sailing. Mm-hmm. So she started out by saying that, and I was like, no, okay. And then she was like, you suffered a great loss, which she could say to anybody, because like so many people have suffered a great loss.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. She's like, who? And I was like,
I don't know. I feel like that is like a loss specifically would mean like death.
Yeah.
And not everybody has experienced
That's true.
Yeah.
But she's like, you experienced a great loss. And she's like, who was that? And I was like, oh, my mom probably, you know? Mm-hmm. And she was like, okay, well, she's always with you. I'm like, okay.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And then she's like, you had a dream recently about an animal. What was that? She asked me a lot of things that she'd be like, what was that? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
I think that she does perceive things, though, because, like, dreams are a thing for you. You always talk about it.
Yeah. And she didn't say anything to you about dreams,
no,
right?
She didn't.
She talked to me about all my dreams. She's like, you dream about a lot of animals, don't you? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, you just had a dream about an animal. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, tell me about it.
Okay.
And
so I feel like she can like kind of predict things about people, but like she doesn't see everything.
Right.
Like there are some psychics that can like really see like very specific things.
Yeah.
And then there are some that are just like, this is what I believe anyway, but there's some that are just like can get like clues.
Yeah. Yeah. So she was talking to me about that, and she was like, your mom was represented in that dream. And I was like, well, the dream I just had was there was a dead squirrel. And it had just died. I don't know. It was something I didn't even think about when I woke up, but it was kind of weird because it was like a dead squirrel and it looked like it had just died. And I was like looking at it, and she's like, was there blood? And I was like, no. She was like, okay.
Blood means something, apparently.
Yeah. And so she told me if I have any dreams with a wolf grinning, blackbirds, lightning, or a stampede of humans running away from something, to give her a call.
Okay.
Because she said, I need dream analysis.
Okay.
And I was like, you're right, I do. I have a lot. I was like,
but why those things specifically?
I don't know. And also, it's like, if I dream about those now, it's because it's in my brain.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Like, I might just, in my subconscious, That's true, you know, talking about it and stuff might make me dream about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. But still, she was like, she did nail that. Like, you have vivid dreams.
Yeah.
And a lot of animal dreams.
And that is like specifically for you. She didn't say anything about that for me.
Yeah. And I do. I'm like known for having weird ass vivid dreams that I remember. And then she said for both of us, she gave us letters of people.
That was during the palm reading part.
Oh, yeah.
For me, anyway. She like looked at my palm and she was like, I see this letter.
Oh, she looked at my palm and was like, you're traveling soon.
Oh, and she looked at my palm and she was like, I see a da-da-da.
Oh, well, yeah, she said A and V. And I was like, I don't know. A is me. And she was like, no, it's not you. And I was like, oh, well, then I don't know. Because I don't think I can't think of anybody I'm super close to with the letter A. And then she said V.
Well, you know what I was thinking for V? Before you kind of figured it out was like Vimiana, like Kadar's.
Oh, Vimana. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And his last name is V.
Is it?
Verness.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe it's my dad's girlfriend. And she was like, it is. She's like,
but this was late. Well, this is the funny part is like you didn't know at the time and you didn't bring it up. And then it was after my reading that you were like, oh, I thought about this.
Yeah, I was like, I think it might be her. And she's like, oh, yeah, it is. And she doesn't forgive you. And I did piss her off I did piss her off recently. And I was like, oh. She's like, she's holding a grudge. And I was like, well, okay, I could see that. I could see her doing that.
Yeah. So I think that she does have like some legit psychic abilities, but like isn't always right about everything. Mm-hmm. She also said what I didn't like about that part of the conversation with you was she was like, she's very, well, you know what she is.
Yeah. I was like, I don't think she's a bitch or anything.
Yeah, I think she was gonna say something like that, but then she was like, realized that she might be wrong. So she was like, you know what she is.
Yeah, I was like, No, I don't. Tell me. Like, what is she, a bitch?
What is she?
Like, yeah, she said the letters. She said I was going traveling soon and to stay away from water.
Okay. Where are you? Are you traveling soon?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
I'm going to Cincinnati for a wedding. She said stay away from water.
Okay.
And I was like, why? And she's like, it's just not good.
Okay. So
I was like, okay.
You might drown or something. Okay.
If there's a pool in the hotel, I guess I won't be swimming in it. Oh, well, she told me that. Okay, so here's another thing. She told me that my dad has been having health issues, which is true.
Uh-huh.
But she's like, it involves his stomach.
Okay.
And I was like,
what are the health issues that
he's been getting dizzy.
Okay.
So I was like, that doesn't really involve the stomach. So I texted him and I was like, have you been having nausea? And he was like, well, the dizziness makes me nauseous, because she said nausea.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, so that could or could not be.
Yeah, that's like slightly right. Or maybe he has a stomach issue that he's not aware of yet.
Yeah, true. He might. So we talked about that. And then one thing she said was, you want kids.
Which is completely wrong.
And I said, no, not at all. And she was like, oh, but you've been, like, the subject has been going through your head a little bit, though. Like, you've been talking about it. Which is true. Like, me and Kadar have been talking, like, what would it be like if we had kids? Should we have kids one day? Whatever. Mm-hmm. But we're both pretty much like, no.
But also the fact that she said you want kids means she knows that you don't have kids. So that's like something.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
You could have
didn't
kids.
think about that.
Yeah.
And she said, well, I know, because I talked to her about being on birth control already when we were talking about other health stuff.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, I know you're on birth control, but when that is over, you're gonna have a baby boy.
What?
And I was like, really? She's like, yep, he's coming, and like, you're gonna be very happy. I was like, on purpose? And she's like,
that makes me think that she's like really trying to like get your energy. She's like in her head about like what's.
She said I need to take care of my reproductive organs because I've got some shit going on with that, which we already knew.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Your endometriosis.
Yeah. And then she was telling me how I'm a really good person and I'm always there for people. Aww. But then when it comes to me, people aren't there for me like I am for them.
Okay.
I was like, yeah, I could see that. Like, I used to have that issue with some friends. As far as my love life goes, she said that I'm a very faithful person.
Okay.
And I want someone that I can die with, not just a fling.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, true. And she's like, well, you are done getting hurt.
Aw.
And she was like, you're going to be engaged. Like, he's going to do something to engage you. The way she said was like, to engage you or something.
Okay.
Like, you're going to have the love that you want and you're done getting your heart broken.
She did not say that about my relationship.
She
was like okay. You're in a rocky relationship. Well, I'll get to it. I'll get to it.
And then we did tarot, and I don't remember my first two cards, but I had the Temperance card, which apparently is good.
Okay.
That's all I remember.
You don't remember anything else from the tarot?
No. Okay. It was like, the travel. There was a card that represented traveling, and then again, she told me to stay away from water. Mm-hmm. And then the temperance card, she was like, this is a really good card. This means like you're going to have success and everything's going to go well for you. And like things are looking up or something.
Okay.
But I was thinking like, well, things weren't looking down. Like I haven't really had a hard year like you said, but it's okay.
Did she like ask you if you had any questions at the end?
Yeah.
I never know what to say to that because I'm like, I don't know. I'm just trying to like remember everything you said. Like,
I asked her, I was like, so you said my mom is with me. I was like, I feel like I felt her a lot more when she first passed. Mm-hmm. And now I don't feel like she is with me. Mm-hmm. And she was like, oh, probably felt her more because like a week after she passed, she was haunting you. And I was like, I don't think she was haunting me, but okay.
It's funny that she uses the word haunted because she used that with me too.
Yeah. My grandma haunted me for the week after she died, which was recent. Yes.
I'm sure we've talked about this, but what did she
I think
do?
I told the story. So that's why I'm wondering like if she was picking up on the right things, but like
Getting
instead
the
of
wrong
my
person.
mom, it was my grandma, because
that's where I was thinking like some things that she got wrong. I'm like, well, this is wrong, but like it could have been this.
Yeah. So I don't know, but no, my grandma, I feel like, was haunting me when she first died. Not haunting in a bad way.
Yeah.
But like after she died, I kept seeing my birthday 320 everywhere.
Okay.
Not just 320, but 320 1990.
But why would that have to do with your grandma?
Because the one thing she said before she died that I remember, and this is how I kind of knew she was going downhill, was because she always sends me a birthday card every year. And this year she didn't. She forgot. She kept forgetting. She kept saying, "Oh, I meant to mail you your birthday card. I keep forgetting. I'll put it in the mail tomorrow." And she never mailed it to me. So I was thinking,
so she had it.
Yeah. Like I kept seeing my birthday everywhere. Like I was watching a TV show and this cop pulled over this guy and he's like, "What's your date of birth?" And the guy was like, "March 20th, 1990.
Exactly same day.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then like all day for like 3 days straight, it was like 320, March 20th,
so
March 20th.
Your grandma like was guilty about that.
Yeah, and she was like, "I did remember your birthday."
Like I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, like basically saying I'm sorry, I guess. Yeah.
So that happened, and then I think I told you this story where I was at my dad's house and I was watching TV and I got up and I noticed the chair was like out from the wall. Oh, yeah, so I like pushed it back against the wall. And then I like went into another room and I came back in and it was out from the wall again.
Was there something significant about like that?
I mean, she would sit in that chair when she came to my dad's house.
Like her chair that she would sit in?
She didn't come there that often.
But like, was it always that chair?
Yeah. So I think my grandma was haunting me for a couple days.
She was around.
So yeah, that's why I'm like.
So maybe that's what the psychic meant.
Yeah, and that's like a maternal figure. So maybe she was picking up on that. All in all, I do think she is psychic.
Yeah,
the more
I think
I'm like
she
talking
is.
about it,
I think she is. She's just like there's some things that are not like on the nose.
Yeah. So what was your? I heard some of it, but
yeah, I didn't take as good of notes as you did, but let me see if I can like start somewhere. Okay, so I think the first thing that she brought up with me, and this might have been the aura, was she said that I have psychic abilities. And she's like, ever since you were a kid, you had psychic abilities. Ooh. And you always could like guess the right answer to things and just had abilities. And then she said that there was a grandma that had psychic abilities, and I was like, I don't know which grandma that would be. Yeah, I don't know like how to respond ever because I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I was like, because my grandma who's alive, first of all, she has dementia right now, so I can't really like actually ask her
or figure it out. Yeah.
But she like was a kindergarten teacher, and they were like very Christian, so I don't think that
she never really tapped into that.
If she did have psychic abilities, I don't think that was something that she was like doing. Yeah. But then the grandma on my dad's side, I never met. She died like before my dad ever met my mom. So maybe her. Maybe. I don't know. But she was like, I see you have a grandma with abilities.
Interesting.
Yeah. And she kept calling them abilities.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a thing. And then she started talking about my mom. Oh, yeah. She asked me about my parents. She was like, are your parents together or divorced? And I was like, they are separated by death.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to tell her the information.
Like my dad died.
Yeah. I wanted to see if she could like pick up on it. But she didn't because she was like, oh, your parents died. And I was like, oh, well, my mom's still alive.
They both didn't die. It's just one died.
Yeah. But then she was like, you were closer with your mom than your dad, and which is true. And she was like, you kind of like regret not having a closer relationship with your dad. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. And she said, you need to call your mom. Like, you need to talk to her more. When was the last time you talked to her? Like, and that kind of makes sense because my brother just moved away. And so like maybe my mom is kind of like feeling some sadness. Yeah. My brother literally just moved like last week from Indiana. And so now my mom's kind of like really alone. Like it's not like she saw my brother all the time. But
I feel like maybe she was picking up on stuff because your reading was a lot different than mine.
Yeah, and it's not like she was saying the same shit. Yeah, I always like get skeptical if they start to say this similar things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was like, you need to call your mom. which, okay, I'll call my mom tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I feel bad. Yeah, actually, I was really thinking about that. My mom is probably really sad right now because she's a widow and she doesn't really have anybody. Like, and my brother's gone now, which she like supports us like living our own lives.
Yeah, but it's still hard.
Yeah. Then she said that this is kind of jumping around a little bit, but I think it was like during the conversation of like me having abilities as a child, I was haunted by something.
So we were both haunted.
Yeah, she said I was haunted, but that one didn't resonate with me. I was like, I don't know. I don't think I've had any like encounters that I can remember. I was like into witchcraft though.
Yeah.
I just like re-listened to our witchcraft episodes, and I did like mention this in the witchcraft episode, but I used to have like little like closet where I like cleared out the closet and made a little like witchcraft like den. And I also had this like loft bed that was like halfway, and like under there I would do like some witchy shit. But I don't think I was ever haunted. I don't know what that's about. And then she started talking about my relationship, and she was like, "You guys just had an argument, didn't you? Not like a fight, but like an argument." I was like, "Yeah, well, we argue kind of all the time."
Yeah.
And she was like, "They're very verbally abusive. They're verbally abusive. They're abusing you verbally." And I was like, "Well, I don't know if that's true." She's like, "No, they're saying things that are." She like really kept saying that, like they're saying things that are like hurting you and like mean. And I'm like, I don't know if that's true, but I don't think they're like saying it to hurt me
or like being verbally abusive.
Yeah, like she was basically saying that like, oh, they're saying it to hurt you. And I'm like, I don't think there's like that kind of intention in it.
Yeah.
I think it's just they're frustrated with me.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're like, yeah, your like relationship is not good, and it's not you, it's them.
Ooh. You know who you are.
You know who you are. And then so I'm jumping back because right before we started talking about the relationship, she looked at my left hand. Well, she's like, I see T. And I'm like, I don't know who that would be.
Well, there's
but
Tori.
It could be Tori.
Yeah.
That's the only person that I know that starts with a T. And it could make sense because Tori always talks about how she has psychic abilities, and then the lady was saying I have psychic abilities,
she's, like,
so maybe there's that
connecting
connection.
it.
And then the other letter she gave me was H, and I was like, well, my last name is H, and she's like, I don't know. We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that would be, but
we thought about Hannah, our friend
Hannah. So maybe there's something there. I don't know. Yeah. So we had the conversation about the relationship, and then she looked at my other hand, and she was like, L.
That's weird.
Yeah, that part was really like, okay.
Because if people don't know, your partner's name
Langston
starts with an L.
And it was literally like right after we were talking about that. It's not like we had another conversation after that. It was like, no, we were talking about the relationship, and she's like, let me look at your hand, and she's like, L.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
wild.
like on the nose. Yeah. So she was, right about certain things. And then she was saying that I should she was trying to convince me to do this love candle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She kept saying like, oh, like you need to do like a love candle to like, it's like really going to help your relationship. Like, she's like, I know this is somebody that like, you don't want to start over with somebody else, which is true. She's like, you want to be with this person and you want it to work out. You don't want to start over. And like it could work or something like that.
So she's like, you need a love candle.
Yeah, she's like, you need this love
like,
candle.
how much is that?
Well, she's like, either you need a love candle or you need to like sit down and like really talk about things, which we have done.
Yeah,
I think we need like counseling. I don't know, but we do need something. Yeah, and then she's talking about like a childhood pet that like helped me through a tough time. And I'm like, I don't know what I did have like a cat growing up, but I don't know if it helped me through a tough time. And the only thing I was thinking of. She's like, I'm seeing like an animal. The only thing I think of is Umi, my cat, who died during like a really tough time.
Yeah, but that was not when you were a child. That was like a few years ago.
Yeah, but like, because my childhood pet, I don't really think about that much. She's like, but she said like that's been on your mind a lot, and I'm like, I don't think so. She's like, you had a dream about. Oh, so she did. That's the only part that she mentioned a dream. She's like, you had a dream about it, and I was like, I don't think so. I don't remember that. So I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
And then we started talking about like career a little bit, and
I did hear some of that.
Yeah, she was like, well, I'll go with the tarot reading because that's like where she talked about it more. I actually took pictures of the cards. So the first card that I got was the Two of Wands, and she's like, you have the world in your hand.
I heard her say that, and I was like, what?
Yeah, so she was saying like, you're gonna get everything that you wanted. Like you're gonna conquer. Like you're gonna have what you desire.
Nice.
And then the second one was the Page of Pentacles, and she's like, this is money. She's like, it sounds like you're in a job that you don't really necessarily love right now, and you need to stop with that job and like get a job that's actually going to. This is actually really good advice, and it seems like something that's going to happen. She's like, you need to get a job that pays well so that someday you're gonna have your own business. That's what she said. I see you like owning your own business.
Okay.
Which is actually kind of true. And it's funny because this morning I found this old journal from last year. I found it this morning and I was like reading it, and one of the entries talked about, it was before I got my job now. And I was like thinking about what I want to do. And in the journal it said like, I think I'm like meant to have my own business.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I like just remembered.
She didn't talk about my work at all.
Huh. That's because like that's not on your mind. Like your job is like pretty.
That's why I'm like
stable.
She might be legit because that has been on your mind.
Yeah,
we've been talking about it and like talking about you possibly getting a new job that pays more.
Yeah,
like, exactly. You might have an opportunity for that.
Exactly.
So when she was saying that, I was like, oh.
And the fact that she said like own your own business, and that like is something that I haven't been thinking about, but like literally was just reminded of this morning.
Yeah.
Because of reading that journal.
Right. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. And then the last one was the Knight of Wands, and she said this one was about my relationship because it's like a tumultuous like thing. And then she just like brought up like the verbal abuse thing again.
Oh my god.
and the candle again. She's like, I really think you could benefit from a candle.
She's trying to
like
upsell.
and she's like, I'll give you like a love candle, and just let me know 24 hours in advance, and because I have to prepare it, and then like you're gonna burn it to the bottom, and like put a message under the pillow, and then in 6 weeks like your relationship will be restored. But then we were talking about like we could make a love candle then.
Yeah, if Kirsten has abilities, why
then
can't
I'll make my own love candle.
Make a love candle and do it ourselves.
Yeah, honestly, I might go to the witch store.
Well, she said I need a candle too for
what was the candle?
My dad's girlfriend.
Oh, to like help.
She didn't get specific, but
did she bring that up like when you first brought up the V thing and didn't know who it was, or
no? It was when I was like, I think I know who the V person is, and then she was like, oh, well, she's mad at you. And she doesn't forgive you. And I was like, that might be true.
That's so funny though. That's like, and it was like. That conversation happened when she wasn't even like reading you.
Yeah.
She was just like matter of fact, like that's what it was.
Yeah. She's like, oh yeah. She's not happy with you. She doesn't forgive you like she said, which she did say like, it's okay. I forgive you.
Crazy.
Yeah. She doesn't forgive you. She's holding a grudge.
Like, has it been on your mind? Like
a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, you need a candle. Yeah. It's probably been on her mind. That's why the V was coming through.
Yeah.
But, she's like, you need a candle, and we can do candle work for that or something. And I was like, okay.
Well, that's her thing.
I also heard her say to you that you don't put up with no shit.
Oh, yeah. It was talking about like the job stuff. Like you don't like to be told what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's all I wanted to say about the reading. It was interesting. I wish we could have recorded it.
I know. I thought that was so strange. The whole experience
was very strange. But I think she was legit. She just maybe like wasn't. Honestly, I think if we could have gone inside, she might have been better.
Yeah.
At like reading us. There was like all these other energies around.
Yeah, and because like there's this lady came up and started speaking.
Yes,
to
like
her,
in the middle of my tarot reading.
She was like, uno momento. Like, hold on, I'm busy. And then she was like, wait, I forgot what I was saying because she got distracted.
We were off.
Yeah, and she was like, hold on, I got to get back to what I was thinking. So I'm like. The money that we're paying, we should have had a better experience.
Well, the whole reason was we were like, we see this house. I thought we were gonna go inside. It wasn't like set
when
up.
It says
like,
walk-ins,
walking
into what?
Walking
into your outside.
I feel like that place has been there for years, and they used to have like an inside, but then maybe it's because she kept saying that like, oh, I'm normally at the other location. And so maybe this location, her daughter just lives there.
Yeah, maybe.
And like, so because her daughter like doesn't have a house right now or something, and like just lives there. And so
I just think, like, I don't mind paying money for this experience, but make it an experience.
Make it comfortable.
Make it comfortable. Make it like a fun experience.
Yeah.
And not distracting and quiet and like.
Yeah. That was the other thing is she talked pretty quiet and sometimes I couldn't hear everything she was saying because it was loud around us. Yeah.
And one time she said something and I was like, what? Because she got so quiet.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And then she didn't repeat herself. So I was like, all right, guess I'll just forget about that.
I guess I'll never know.
Yeah. So it was fun. I'm glad we did it for the pod.
Yeah. But even beforehand we were like, this is going to be a gamble.
Oh, and she was like, the dreams that you've been having is what made you want to come here today.
Oh.
And I was like, no,
not exactly.
I was like, well, no.
But maybe it's like part of it because it's part of like your interest in like mysticism and stuff.
Maybe
like
she like understood that.
Yeah.
She did talk about dreams a lot with me, and that is like
that's your thing.
Yeah, it is. So,
one thing, and that just reminded me, like one other thing she said to me was that I was gonna have an event.
Oh, right.
Very soon, and I'm like, what?
Maybe it's my baby shower.
Maybe. I was like, Halloween's coming up, but
yeah, you're like, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Weird.
Yeah. It was, I don't know. I feel like I'm happy we did it. I liked it. It's
I don't
always
regret
good to
it.
like reflect. It's nice to do those kind of things because it's sort of like therapy and like you're like reflecting on things in your life and
yeah. I was here for it. But that's our episode.
That's our episode about
fortune tellers.
Fortune tellers. And
what do you guys think? Do you think she was legit?
Yeah. Does it sound like she was legit or was she scamming us?
Was she scamming us? Yeah. Tell us.
We're gonna do a ghost story episode.
Yeah.
Next week. So please submit your stories because this is your last chance.
We have one already that we're planning on using. Voice stories are fun.
Yeah. So if you actually like want to record yourself, you can send us an audio or send us something that you wrote and we'll read it.
Yeah.
So either way.
Yeah. But we want your stories, and that's what our episode's going to be about next week. And that is actually gonna be our like Halloween episode.
That's right,
because typically we would be recording on Halloween actually,
but we're not going to
because we're
Halloween. It's Halloween.
Love Halloween and we want to party.
Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but we'll figure it out.
Follow us
on everything. Thank you so much, pod.
Email us
your ghost stories. Keep on sending your ghost stories.
Yeah, we've got
we're like weeding through the good ones, so
we got an inbox full of them, but some of them aren't exciting. Sorry,
some of them aren't gonna cut it.
Some of them aren't cutting it, so we need more. So keep emailing us, please.
Even if you think it's not interesting, we might.
Okay.
Love you guys.
Thank
you so much. Bye.
Bye.